A man tossed a cigarette butt, and to his surprise, the grass on the ground completely dodged it. This instantly piqued his curiosity, but what shocked him even more was that the ground here was actually made of plasticine. When he finally climbed onto the roof, he discovered that all the houses here were identical, as if the entire neighborhood had been copied and pasted. Even the clouds in the sky were hanging there so half-heartedly. He had originally just wanted to buy a wedding house for his girlfriend here, but how could they dare to live in such a bizarre neighborhood? So he immediately took his girlfriend and prepared to leave. However, no matter how long they drove, they always ended up back at the model house number 9 that they had first looked at. In the end, they drove until it was dark, until the car ran out of gas, and they returned to house number 9 for the 9th time. Left with no choice, the two had to go back inside again. Fortunately, there was actually champagne and fruit in the refrigerator, but they found that the strawberries tasted like wax, completely flavorless. The two couldn't care less and filled their stomachs and rested for a night. The next day, they decided to leave on foot. In order not to get lost, they would rather climb over the fence than turn a corner, and they walked towards the direction of the sun. But they walked until the sun set and still couldn't leave the neighborhood. Just as the two were almost about to give up, the woman suddenly discovered that there was actually a light shining from one of the houses, indicating that there should be other people living here. But when they excitedly rushed into the room, they found that the table was full of the food they had left over from the night before. They were back to square one. The only difference was that there was an extra box at the entrance of the yard, filled with daily necessities and food, as if someone was feeding them or observing them. Thinking of the real estate salesman who had brought them here and then suddenly disappeared, the man instantly felt like he was being played with. In order to make the person behind the scenes stop this behavior, he immediately responded. He directly set fire to house number 9. He wanted to use this method to force the behind-the-scenes manipulator to show themselves. But until they watched the house turn to ashes, no one ever appeared. In the end, the two were exhausted and fell asleep one after another. When they woke up, there was inexplicably another box in front of them. But this time it was no longer food, but a living, breathing baby.